Chair up to you, Sean.
Oh, now you're gonna give the chair up.
Please. Gave it up last year.
Good.
Oh, yeah. That's.
Alrighty. All right, I call this special town council meeting to order. May I please have a roll call?
May, Counselor Danforth. Here. Counselor Dumeay.
Yeah.
Counselor Higgins.
Present via Zoom.
Counselor Mackin.
Used
Chair Medor.
here.
Council McGowan. Here. And Counselor Pelletier.
Here on Zoom.
Thank you.
Following procedure, will you please all stand, even though we don't necessarily.
We do,
have
it's right over
there.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
The United States of America. And do it with what stands. One nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. There are no adjustments to the agenda. We have no unfinished business. We'll go right to new business, and if you all are fine with it, I will read order 247-2024.
Aye.
Order 247-2024, providing for authorization of bonds and bond anticipation note for economic development. Whereas our Katahdin is a nonprofit organization founded to support community and economic development in the Katahdin region. Whereas our Katahdin owns and operates the former Great Northern Paper Mill site in Millinocket, Maine, now known as One North. And whereas our Katahdin has invested $7 million into infrastructure in the green field of the One North site, and whereas our Katahdin has secured $1 million in additional federal funds to invest in water infrastructure of, I believe should be for the green field of One North site, and whereas the One North Greenfield Development Project in Millinocket, Maine will host a new biofuel manufacturing facility, and whereas the biofuel manufacturer has an option to lease certain premises on the greenfield of the One North site, and whereas the infrastructure serving the premises of the One North site, including roads, water, wastewater systems, requires additional investment to accommodate the new facility, and whereas the town of Millinocket, Maine, town seeks to support economic development and job growth in the region, and whereas the town council finds it in public's interest to issue general obligation bonds in the amount not to exceed $6 million to fund these infrastructure improvements, and whereas the town council finds it in the public interest to issue a bond anticipation note in the amount not to exceed $6 million in order to have funds available for the Greenfield Development Project prior to bond funds being available from the Maine Bond Bank. And whereas any short-term debt incurred by the issuance of a ban will be retired by the bond funds, and the ban will be terminated upon issuance of the bond. And whereas the bond issuance and the ban issuance is conditioned on the following: 1, biofuel manufacturer exercises the option to lease at the One North site. 2, biofuel manufacturer applies to the Maine DEP for its air emissions permit for Millinocket. And 3, biofuel manufacturer secures the development capital required for the Millinocket facility. Now, therefore, be it ordered by the Millinocket Town Council of Millinocket, Maine, that 1, the town is hereby authorized to issue general obligation bonds and a bond anticipation note, each with a principal amount not to exceed $6 million to finance infrastructure upgrades for the One North Greenfield Development Project. 2, the bonds and the ban shall be issued upon the biofuel manufacturer meeting the following requirements: 1, exercise their option to lease at the One North site. 2, submission of an application to the Maine DEP for air emissions permits for the One North site. And 3, demonstration of adequate development capital for the Millinocket facility. 3, the town manager is authorized to take all actions necessary to execute necessary work pertaining to the issuance and sale of the bonds and the bond anticipation note.
Second.
Made by Chair Madore, second by Councilor Danforth. Any council discussion on the order? Seeing none, anything from the public?
Scott Levitt, 330 Congress Street. I'm just wondering if, where this was quickly, I don't know if it was quickly, but you called a special meeting instead of holding back. Is there a reason for that? And plus, I don't understand bonds. So what if we start and they don't pick up the auction?
All right, let's take the second part first. If we start this and they do not, until we accept the bond, if they don't meet the criteria that is in the order, then we are under no obligation to have either the bond or the bond anticipation note come to fruition. So
And
we're,
to expand on
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
Sorry,
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna jump in.
Yeah.
To expand on that. Should we have the bond anticipation note, which is like gap financing, so the bond bank issues bonds twice a year, once in the spring, and once in the fall. This is a very time sensitive matter because we are expecting a decision to be made in the very near future, which having this is like yes or no. So we are not obligated to spend any money unless the location is confirmed as Millinocket and some fees come up between now and if in 3 or 4 weeks we find out Millinocket is not the choice, we are not obligated to take on any additional.
does that answer both?
Yep, I was just wondering why it just came so quick where we got a meeting next week, so I just.
Any other comments from the public or questions? None. Back to the council. All those in favor of order 247? Obviously by a verbal vote. Councilor Danforth,
Aye.
Councilor Demay, Councilor Wallen,
Aye.
Chair Madore is aye. Councilor Higgins,
Aye.
Councilor Pelletier.
Aye.
It's 6-0. It's unanimous. The order passes.
Did Councilor Mackin have,
Yes.
did she request that something be said on her behalf, or?
Just that she was in favor of.
I know she can't
She can't
proxy
vote, and we
but-
can't vote by proxy, but she did say that she was in favor of, and made it clear to the councilors that she was in favor of this. So if she had been here, my assumption would have been 7-0. So with that being done, that is our only order of business that we have for this. So I would look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilor McGowan, second by Councilor Danforth. Again, we'll go with a verbal commit. Councilor Danforth.
Aye.
Councilor Demay. Councilor McGowan.
Aye.
Chair Madore, aye. Councilor Higgins.
Aye.
Pelletier.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you.
Long day.
Long day. It's been a long
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Sure, I just,
Hopefully you get right.
Sean is still on, if Sean might want to say something as president of our club, if not, I certainly would just like. to
Okay.
Thank you, but.
Sean, do you have
Still on.
anything that you'd like to share?
We want to go back in because we are adjourned.
Oh, well,
That's
I
true.
just
We
thought
are
I'd like
adjourned.
to
Yeah,
say-
we are adjourned. We can't go back into a session again because we've already.
Okay.
lost two.